Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Anywhere you're watching from, I'm so happy to have you here again on my channel. My name is Sumesi Omonigi. If this is your first time meeting me, if you're not new to this channel, welcome back again. And today I would like to talk to you or tell you about 5 important books I think you need to get if you are contemplating marriage or if you are about to get married. Come along as I discuss these 5 important books. The first book I would like to talk about is The Language of Love and Respect by Dr. Emerson Hegerich. This book talks about how you can crack the communication code between husband and wife. The book reveals to you one of the greatest secrets of a successful relationship. It will help you and your spouse to achieve a deeper level of intimacy by stopping the crazy cycle of conflicts. So every time we fight. If you are married, you know that there's this cycle of conflict. But this book will actually help you. In Love and Respect, couples can find 5 major things: how to break the communication code, how to handle conflicts in relationship, how to build respect for one another, how to foster deep love for one another, and how to rekindle passion for one another. It was in this book I got to understand how the marriage exemplifies the relationship between Christ and the church. So it will actually give you practical steps and practical techniques on how each one of us plays the role, how the husband plays his own role and how the wife plays his own role, so that there will be no conflict of interest, or so that there will be no two heads trying to jam, so that the one knows what to do. The one that's supposed to submit knows when to submit, and it just explains the role of each partner to one another. And yes, the second book I would love to discuss with you is 5 Love Languages. I'm sure that you must have heard about this book before. And if you've not heard about this book before, this book is written by Dr. Gary Chapman. He's the author of this book, and this book has helped many couples to discover how to love. You might think that you know how to love, but trust me, you don't know how to love. This book is the one that will show you how, the technical know-how. So in this book, it reveals to you how to stay in love. Many of us, what we know how to do is to fall in love. We fall, and then you fall, and then finally you fall out. But this book will help you to stay in love. If you have decided and you've said yes to someone, or you have decided to walk down the aisle with that person, this book will help you to be able to stick with that decision, and it will help you. It will keep you love, and especially the love in that in that relationship. It will keep the fire of the love aflame. So every day you'll be feeling the love, you'll be happy about the love. Yes. So in this book, it helps you to understand the importance of how you can keep your relationship fresh and growing, and amid the demands and conflicts and the just plain boredom of everyday life. In this book, you discover your own love language, and there are 5 assessments, so you can discover your language and that of your own spouse. But so many times, in relationship, you have in a relationship, the guy has always been gifting the girl, or the lady gifts, and then she doesn't really. She feels this guy is just buying me things. She's still not feeling loved. That is because gift is not your own language of love. So if you want to understand your love language, get that book. When you understand your love language, you will be able to know that, it is not that I'm not supposed to be speaking this language to this person. I'm supposed to be speaking his own language. Let me give you another example. If I meet an Hausa man, I'm not going to be speaking Yoruba to that Hausa man, because if I speak Yoruba to that Hausa man, he would not understand. I'm the only one that understands. But if I decide to speak Hausa, he will now understand. That is it in love. It's so simple as that. If you understand the love language of your partner or your spouse, and you start speaking it, he or she will start feeling loved. Simple. So get the book. What are you waiting for? Do your own research. Whatever country you're in, search the internet and get the book. Going to the third book, is about to, shake some tables. Drum rolls. Is about to shake some tables, because this particular book was the one that I used to to ask my husband now some questions while we're still in courtship. This book is The Things I Wish I Had Known Before We Got Married by Dr. Gary Chapman again. So this book, most people, most of the time, we spend more time in preparing for a wedding or other vocation. For if you want to become a doctor, you go to school, you subject yourselves to some curriculum for you to be able to become that professional person you want to be. So this book will help you to prepare for marriage, and it will discuss some vital things that you could envision before you get married. So it will help you to know what the adequate foundation for a successful marriage is. So it will help you to know what you need to lay, the foundation, what needs to be on beneath before you start building on it. It will help you to know the vitals for that which the house must be built on for it to stand. It will also help you to know what to expect about you marry all the family. So it will help you to know their roles and the influence of this extended family as you're getting married. It's not just going to be you and your husband alone. You have to wake up to all this reality, and this book will help you to wake up to that reality. Also, it will help you to solve disagreements without arguing. It will help you to solve disagreements without arguing. It will also help you to talk through issues like money, love making, chores, and more. So many times, I don't know what people really talk about in relationship nowadays, but looking through all these things, you find out that there are actually many things that you could discuss while you're still in a relationship before you get married. There are so many things. You have to just keep talking about all these things. I could remember then when I was reading this book and I was asking my husband that what are the chores he would like to be doing. It was not just for me to know what exactly he can do, but just for me to know his mentality about it, what he thinks about it. Is he going to be the man that will be crossing his leg in front of the TV? Some men could be like that, and if you can live with a man like that, there's no problem, whatever works for both of you. But it's good for you to know the kind of man, what kind of his own perspective towards this thing is before you now go into it, so that when you finally get into it and you are washing plates or you are cooking in the kitchen and you are washing plates at the same time and he's in front of the TV, it's not his fault because you've not asked him, or both of you have not talked about it, or you got married and you discovered that your wife does not know how to cook, or she does not like cooking. I'm sorry, you did not ask her. These are the things that you need to trash out while you're still in a relationship. So, and finally, it will help you to know why couples must learn how to apologize and forgive. This is important because it's like every day that you have to be apologizing and forgiving. In fact, you have to forgive in advance. My husband used to say that a lot. You have to forgive in advance, and that is marriage. Marriage will teach you forgiveness. So this book will help you. It will prepare you for it. So this book, read this book and you will be prepared and not surprised by the challenges of marriage. So you'll be prepared that yes, challenges are going to come, but you will not be taken by surprise. You will not be overtaken by surprise like anybody that doesn't know, because you are well equipped already. You are even expecting them. It is not, it's not a curse. It is normal. I'll still get to one book that talks about that. It is normal. But so you are prepared. It's just like a soldier that is going to the battlefield. You don't just go unharmed. You don't go there carelessly. You go there prepared for the battle. And this is it. I'm not saying your marriage will be a battle, but I'm saying that you have to be equipped with certain knowledge and understanding before you go ahead, into that marriage. This will help you that when those challenges come, you know what to do, and you already know that, oh, this is what I read about. And that's why it's also good, to refresh ourselves. Even while we are married, we can refresh ourselves with the knowledge. Another book that I would love to talk about is The Act of Marriage. That's the fourth book, The Act of Marriage by Tim and Beverly LaHaye. In this book, it talks about love making. Let me just summarize it for you. Yes, it talks about love making. So this book, you discover the secrets to new joy and sexual fulfillment in marriage that have helped millions of Christian couples maximize their intimacy. So this book is actually for engaged couples, for newly wedded, for people that they want to rekindle. Maybe they've been married for years, they want to rekindle the fire in their lovemaking life. It is not for people that maybe you've not even met your spouse yet. No, because it's just going to awaken some things, and you don't need that at the moment. So you can just leave it, or you can skip it. I will also do another video on books that a woman can be reading while you're waiting, and books that men can read while they are waiting. But for this one, it's just for people that are already that about to get married. And this book talks about areas of vital topics, and one is the sanctity of lovemaking. Another one is what lovemaking means to a man. The third one is what lovemaking means to a woman. And the fourth one is the art of lovemaking. So there's an art to it. It is not just, you don't just do it haphazardly. You don't just do it by what your body is saying. Or there's a art to it. That is what makes it sweet. When we learn it, that is what makes it sweet. Then then it also talks about family planning, which is very important. I mean, most of us, you just be like, I did not plan for that, my dear sister or my dear brother. Read this book so that you can plan. I know that God is the one that blesses us with children, but God has also given us a sound mind so that we can make sound decisions for our lives. And the last topic it's talking about is practical answers to common lovemaking questions. It's talked about different questions. Probably you don't know what to do, or the art of your lovemaking in your marriage has gone away, or it has died, different things. It answers different questions. If you want to know more, go and get. And this book actually, it has an expounded version, so it is not just because this book has been written. I can't remember the year it was written now, because I know that my parents read this book. My parents read this book before they got married. My dad recommended the book to me and to myself and my husband before we got married. So I'm sure this book has been way older. But thank God, because Tim and Beverly are still very much alive, so they have updated the version so it can meet the needs of this present time. It is not just for our oldies, as you will say, but it meets the needs for this present time. Now, the last book I will be talking about is The 4 Seasons of Marriage. Yes, marriage has its own seasons. And this book is a secret to lasting marriage. This book talks about the different seasons that marriage goes through: the spring, the summer, the winter, and the fall. Marriages are perpetually in a state of transition, continually moving from one season to another. Perhaps it might not be annually, but it moves like the nature. And it's just that it is certainly and consistent. So there will be seasons. It is not maybe, it is definitely, there will be seasons. It's just like it might occur maybe in 5 years, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 10 years, but there are seasons in a marriage, and it is important that we are equipped with the knowledge of these seasons. Sometimes we find ourselves in winter. We are discouraged, detached, and dissatisfied. That is the winter season. Other times we experience the springtime, where everything blossoms with openness, hope, and love and anticipation. And other occasions we bask in the warmth of summer, comfortable, relaxed, enjoying life, and then comes fall with its uncertainty, negligence, and apprehension. This cycle repeats itself many times throughout the life of a marriage, just as the seasons repeat themselves in nature. So this season comes and goes. Sometimes you just find as if everything is sweet, you guys are just loving one another. Another time you just feel like it's like everything is just dry, like as if there's no more love. Sometimes you just be discouraged. You feel like living. Yeah, literally you feel like living. But when you are equipped with all this knowledge beforehand, you will know that this thing, I've read this thing. Devil, you cannot get me. I'm not living anywhere. We die here. except of course you're in an abusive marriage. Sorry. But if you're in a sound marriage and you know that you're just going through these seasons, you will know this season too will pass. So if you are in the dry season or in the winter or in the fall at the moment, you will know that it will pass. It's not going to stay. It's just for a time. It will pass. This too shall pass. The Bible comes and it goes. So on this note, I would just like to encourage you, if you have not read any of these books before, try as much as possible to get all these books. I would say get every one of them. And this is not just to you, not just the ladies so that should read this book, because I know sometimes now you'll be like, me, I'm the lady. It is the man and the woman that should read, both of you, so that both of you can be on the same page. If it is the woman that is more, proactive, you can get the book. If it is the man that is more proactive, get the book and then give it to your spouse. Or if it's the wife, get the book and give it to your husband. Both of you have to be on the same page with the same knowledge. Whatever you read, you must read. Whatever you listen to, let him listen to it as well. That is how both of you can grow together and grow in love. I hope you have been blessed. If you have other books that you would like to share or you think could be beneficial to anyone that is intending marriage or already married, could you please drop it or share in the comments below? And be sure that I will see all the comments and I will respond. Thank you very much again for watching, and God bless you. Till we'll see you again. Bye. Bye.